So, Jono, I imagine two aims today, a win and a clean sheet for the first time this season. You got both?
Yeah, really glad we got a clean sheet. I think the boys really deserve it. The defence have been superb all season, really. And obviously really pleased with the 3 points. Always a difficult game against Southport. Probably changed the way they play a little bit, to try and play a little bit more than they used to. But I said to the players before the game, it's always a difficult game. And, you mentioned it earlier about making this place a fortress, and we tell the boys before every single game. And the wind spoilt the game a little bit today. It was very difficult out there for the players. First half we obviously had the win. Second half we didn't, and second half we put ourselves under a little bit of pressure. But it was nice to get the second goal to, get that little bit of a gap.
We've got to mention Ste Walker again. That's 6 goals in the last 5, 6 for the season. Doesn't get much better for that, than that, does it?
Yeah, well, listen, I think he said in an interview the other day that he's, got a good pre-season behind him. He didn't have that last year. He looks fitter, he looks stronger. His quality has always been there. And we were talking on the bench today. The first goal, it's an unbelievable finish, and that's when you're full of confidence. When you hit a shot like that, and really pleased with him. He's worked really hard, like all the rest of the boys have, and he deserves his his goals, because he works incredibly hard for the team, like all the players do. And it's nice that he's in a good vein of form.
You said that Ste and Rio had, been moaning about not being in the starting team on Monday. They came on and scored on Monday. You did change things up a little bit today as well, didn't you? Yeah,
I mean, listen, every single player who doesn't start moans the Reds off constantly. And we just said in there actually that we've got a real strong starting 11, we've got a real strong bench where we can make changes early doors if needed, or later in the game if needed. And every single one of them's important. As a staff, we love every single one of them. They've all got the strengths and weaknesses, and we try and pick a team that we think can win the game, and players we think can make an impact off the bench. That's what we've done the last 2 or 3 games. We've got another 3 games this week. Including today, we've got Tuesday and then Chester away on Saturday. So there'll be more changes on Tuesday, more changes on Saturday, and it's just about keeping everyone fresh and away from injuries. And obviously players get tired as well. They've got full-time jobs, so we're looking to every single thing really. And like I say, we've got a real strong squad now. And you look around on the bench today and you think you've got great firepower to bring on.
Obviously 884, I think, in today. It would be great to get over 1,000, wouldn't it? And I know it's the summer holidays, weekend before everyone goes back to school, but you couldn't be doing any more on the pitch, could you, to deliver entertaining football, really great football as we push towards the top of the league? You say you want promotion. The proof is in the pudding. You're playing like it.
Yeah, well, listen, I think I mentioned it at most interviews. I really believe in this group of players. We've got a real good bunch, real honest bunch who represent the club really well. And the biggest thing for me is the good footballers. If you're good technically, you've got a good football brain, and you work hard, you've got a chance. And I think they've proved that this year. We were lucky against Kiddie, we were lucky against Chorley, should have won the game. We can give any team a real game on the day. So listen, really pleased with the attitudes and application. That's never a problem. We can still be better. I honestly firmly believe we can still be better. We can play better football. We can be better in the final third. We can be better defensively. So there's all to play for. And like I said, the biggest thing for us, and I know I mention it every single interview, is just keeping everyone fit, and that's why we're freshening things up as well. We don't want to burn players out. We've got a few more cup competitions to enter soon, so the games are becoming thick and fast, and we have to be ready.
And just finally, that is 4 wins from 6, 1 draw as well. What a start to the season. I think it's got to be the best start, hasn't it, since we got promoted into National League North? Yeah,
I think so. I think, listen, credit goes to the players. It's not us or, Ingy or Blotty or Jimmy. It's all about the players. It's what they do in behind the scenes, really. They're a real tight group. Obviously, they work really hard in training. They always leave everything out on the pitch. They work really incredibly hard off the ball, to get results. And it's a good start. But we just take one game at a time. We just want to be nice and relaxed. We're looking forward to the game on Tuesday, and hopefully we can put a really good performance on again.
I hear it's Ingy's round, so you might want to head to the bar.
It definitely won't be Ingy's round, that's for sure.
Well done today. Cheers.
Cheers, Pat.